Back. I hope you are able to view our other videos that we have about the setup and also about the functional testing. And now we're going to move into our first batch. This is called the bread batch. So this is going to be our first acting batch. And what we're doing is we're going to be using bread to do this. Okay, so we have 3 pieces of bread in each tray. Just verify and make sure. 3. You want to keep everything even when you do this. So why do we do a bread test in the beginning? The reason why we do the bread test in the beginning is to make sure that our system is functioning properly. Also, since it's a new system, we want to make sure that that system gets all of the newness, the smell out. So when you use bread, it'll actually help you to get your machine or your system operating correctly, and it takes the smell out. So that when you put your next batch of food in, you don't have to worry about a new smell all over your food. Okay, so this bread does some pretty good absorbing, I would take it. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go ahead and start. So we're going to go to your screen and we're going to press, I've already customized it to oil pump. My pump is a oil pump. It will ask you, do you have an oil pump or oilless pump in the beginning? So I've already set that. So we'll hit start. Load food into freeze dryer and drain valve. So it's already closed. The freeze dryer has already been operated just prior to this as well. So it says do not mix frozen food with non-frozen food. We'll hit continue. All right, so the system went through its process and it's processed the bread. Now this took probably about 10 to 11 hours to complete. And it takes that long. It's his first time processing, but it's also, remember, you're taking the moisture out of the bread. So when you begin to put other items in that have a lot more liquid in there, it's going to take actually longer, 24 hours, 34 hours. It actually could take that long. But since we were just doing bread, it did not run as long. So let's take a look at the bread. All right, so I've already drained from the drain valve, and we'll show you that here in a second. Okay, so now we're looking at the bread, and it's actually still pretty cool. So listen. So the bread is freeze dried. I mean, it crumbles like powder. So now, if you wanted to take this bread and put it in a Mylar bag, this bread would last up to 25 years more than likely. But I don't know how you're going to reconstitute bread like that. But anyway, this is used to run a test, and it has actually performed what it's supposed to do. So now that we've gotten the smell out of the machine, and now that we have actually went through our first process and there are no errors, we'll grab the next one and check it. There were no errors with the system. Now we know that we're good to go. So all of them are pretty dry. Look at that. That's just like straight, no moisture in that whatsoever. All right. So we'll go to the next one. Just make sure. All right. As we see, no moisture anywhere. Wow. So this is going to be so good for your food. I can't wait to do some apples, which is probably what we're getting ready to do next, are apples. And so if you want to join us for our next video, we're going to start the process of doing apples. So as we see, everything has ran properly. I actually have drained. I don't know if you can see. There's just a little bit of water in the bucket that's come from the drain valve. And when you open up that drain valve, you're going to hear your system sucking the air back in into the machine. So don't be alarmed by that. You're going to hear, and it may do it for a minute or so. So don't worry about that. Your system is running perfectly. If there was an error, it would let you know there was an error and the process would stop. But everything has run perfectly. Thank you for joining us. I hope that this was beneficial to you. Hey, if you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe also to our channel. It just helps us with the algorithms, and we appreciate it very much. So we will see you on the next video.